everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and being here today. Today's Pilates session is Pilates for the upper body. So we'll be doing lots of work that involves the arms, shoulders, thoracic, all of that kind of upper body area to help you strengthen there and improve your shoulder mobility and function. So we will be using a long TheraBand as well as a set of hand weights. If you have one or both of those, great, you can grab them. If you don't, then do not worry, you'll still be able to do everything in the class. Let's get started, bringing yourself down to lie flat on your back. So as always, we start with our breath. It is one of the founding principles of Pilates and is the grounding constant force that you get to have by your side throughout your session and throughout your life. Inhale, feel your ribs expand underneath your hands, and exhale, feel them come back together. Continue on here at your own pace, really allowing your respiration rate to slow down. Because when we slow our respiration, we signal to our body that everything is okay, that we are safe. We allow it to come out of any fight or flight sympathetic nervous system response and enter into parasympathetic. And in that state, that's when our body can function optimally. Notice now as you continue to breathe that on each exhale you can engage your core. So you draw your belly in, pelvic floor lifts, narrow at your waist. Inhale, ribs expand. Let it release. Exhale, connecting from your center. And then as you get this all sorted out, do a little bit of a scan of your body. Notice how you're feeling, what's happening, any place that you're holding tension, or where you know you need to relax, and let that come. One more full breath here. And then once you have released it, extend your legs out, arms up overhead. We're going to move a little bit now through your whole body before we move into some upper body work. So bringing your arms up, tuck your chin towards your chest, draw your belly in, rounding through your spine, bringing yourself forward, pressing through, and then articulating and coming back down. So try to allow yourself to come through a bit of a flowing movement with this. Be in constant movement and process. Not getting too picky about any one thing, but allowing yourself to focus in on the areas where you know you need to, like your core activation, like your spinal articulation, like relaxing your shoulders. On the next one, grab your band on the way back down if it's not close by to you, and then finish with yourself flat on the mat. Take your feet and bend your knees, placing your feet on the floor. Check in that you have your neutral pelvis, so do a little bit of posterior and anterior pelvic movement if you need to. And then with the band in your hands, extend it up overhead. Now I want you to have your hands over your shoulders. First things first, let's get some protraction happening. So feel your shoulder blades press in the mat underneath. And then retract, engagement through your shoulder blades, feeling them in the mat. Protract, so you have that bit of kyphosis. Retract, they're engaged and squeezing together. Now sometimes if you don't have awesome shoulder mobility or shoulder placement, then this can feel really difficult and or uncomfortable, and that's okay. This is why we're doing some work today and moving through this. Now find a neutral positioning for your scaps, I call it. So it's not with them really retracted or really protracted, but it's with them activated and engaged. And then holding onto the band, keep a little bit of tension on or add some tension on. And then lift your arms up overhead. So you're now going to come through a bit of extension. Extend your ribs to the ceiling. And then protraction as you posterior tilt your pelvis. So you can think of it like cat and cow from lying down. I want you to really start to get this movement here through your thoracic spine and connecting with your breath. So you inhale as your arms come back. Use the band to get that sense of breaking your hand, pulling your hands apart, breaking something in the middle between your hands. And then exhale, protract, draw your belly in. And this should start to hopefully feel quite good in your shoulders and in your thoracic spine, allowing you to really open up here. Really good for your posture as well. Finish the next one at the top. On your exhale, turn your abs on and lift your legs up to tabletop. Now you have your scaps again working behind you, so we're going to keep everything neutral for this variation. Double dead bug. Extend both your legs out, arms out, bring everything back in. Now this is a big load on your core. I want you to try to think about it working from your center. And notice that everything else, or hopefully everything else, stays the same. So your spine arch doesn't change, your shoulders don't elevate to your ears. Now if it gets to be too much, or if you feel this really strongly in your lower back, feel free to place one leg down, and you can continue on. And then just alternate, pressing one leg out, other one in. Exhale. Let's go for 3 more. Last one. Very good. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take the band now and place it around one of your feet, holding on so that you have the tails down on either end, or sorry, with both tails in one hand. Other hand comes behind to support your head. So I have the band in my right foot and the tails in my right hand, left hand behind my head. Find the length through your hamstring. Exhale, draw your belly in as you pull up and return. So kind of starting to put a few things together here. This upper abdominal work, as well as some work here through your arm. Thinking about lengthening through your hamstring, engaging from your pelvic floor. And of course, connecting to your breath, feeling your ribs come together like we started with a little bit ago. Have this sense of pressing your leg long towards the ceiling, really deepening into your abdominals. And of course, you can get rid of the band for this one. You can have both feet down on the floor, or you can just have the upper abdominal lift portion and not pull down on your arm. Let's go for 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Coming down, flip your other foot up into the band, and then bring the band down so that your legs are flat on the mat. Now you're going to come through your roll up again. You're not going to use the band to pull you up, but you're going to be aware there of it essentially pulling your arms down. So I want you to think about having less happening here and more that the band is pulling your arms down. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, draw your belly in, peeling yourself up. Now once you've reached your seated position, we're going to stay up here. Find yourself sitting tall. So press your tailbone into the mat underneath, really coming up here on your sits bones. Hold these straps, you can actually cross your band over and hold them in either hand, palms face in towards your knees. And then on your exhale, tricep work, pulling back, releasing forward. So I want you to think about maintaining this really strong posture here, tall and upright. And resist the urge to have any slouching happening or any forward rolling happening. It's actually a lot of work to just keep this portion, just your spine engaged here. So find on each exhale that you're working for that. Draw your belly in, ribs come together. Slight bit of shoulder squeezing behind. Triceps working. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then face your palms so they come down to turn towards the floor. Still having the strap of the band crossed over. This time we're doing rowing. So start from upright and then press back, press forward. Now you can stay here in your upright position. If that is lots of work for you and you're working through your spine to keep that there, then stay there. If you would like a little bit more work from your core, then as you come back, draw your belly in, tucking your tailbone underneath, pulling through, and then bringing yourself up. So notice that this one is initiated from your core. I don't want you to be dumping into your lower back here. Really feel the work from your center. Restack your spine tall in the middle. Now on your next one, if you're going back, you're going to hold it back and continue on. Option now to come back and hold in this position. Feel your core working. Keep thinking about this strong work from your breath, coming from your center. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Amazing, bring yourself up. Well done, you can place the band to the side and pick up one of your weights or hand weights, water bottles, whatever you're using, and then bring yourself down onto one side. So it doesn't matter which side you are starting on, but you're going to have your bottom leg bent, top leg extended out straight. You're up on your elbow, line up underneath your shoulder. Check for the work here underneath. Find your core engaging. And then the weight is going to start up overhead. Bringing your knee up, folding at your obliques, pressing long. So getting a little bit of lateral flexion here and oblique work. I want you to really try to imagine that you are trying to fold right in here. There's something right in your waist that you're trying to squeeze in and hold in place. So exhale, get that connection as you fold in, and then press your hand and leg as far away from each other as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now hold your arm in, your leg is going to straighten out parallel to the floor. Lift and lower here with your arm. So I'm bringing my hand down parallel to the floor and then rotating my hand up towards the ceiling. Essentially doing internal and external rotation of your shoulder. So think about the work coming right from your shoulder. Keep finding that breath connection. And if it gets too much to have your leg up, feel free to drop it down to the floor. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now from there, send your weight up, palm faces down towards your leg. Lower till you're parallel to the floor and lift. Now adding a little bit of footwork, point and flex. So feeling this sense of drive through your foot, pressing through your heel. And as your arm comes down, try to imagine that you're working right from your lats in behind you, so not just letting it drop with gravity. 3 more here. 2. Last one. Now bring your arm down. You can set the weight down. Top foot comes down to the floor. Bottom leg, both of your thighs are parallel to the front edge of the mat. Turning your core on, coming up into your side plank and lower. Lift and lower. So now getting some work here in this bottom arm, checking that your shoulder is still staying working, not coming up towards your ear. Keep this long line here underneath of you. Exhale, here's your core turning on and working. You can take this top hand up to make it a little bit more challenging. Let's do 3, 2. Now hold up on your last one, rotate under, twist open. So a little bit of thoracic rotation here. Lots of work for that bottom arm. Keep coming back to your breath. Strong work from your center. Find it, stay in it. Last 2. Excellent, then bring yourself all the way down. Now you can move, or you can put the weight to the side for now, we're not gonna use it right away. And bring yourself down so that you're lying completely with your head onto your arm. Move your bottom leg slightly forward, staying bent. Top leg extends out long. Find that work all the way down your body. And then exhale, bringing it forward, pressing it back. So just doing a little bit of glute work here in between our arm sessions, because it's really important to always be working your glutes. They are there to help you in daily activities like walking, sitting, standing, squatting, and are also important in helping with structures in your lower limbs, like your hips, like your knees. So always important to get the glutes fired up. Every day we do a little butt burning. Find your breath here, dig your hands in, find your abs working. Pelvis stays in the same position. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. Now bend your knees, they're gonna come parallel, and then lift your bottom leg off the floor, opening into your clam. Squeeze your heels together. Imagine you're trying to keep this really thin piece of tissue paper in there, and it wants to fly away. Pelvis stays in the same spot, no dumping forward or back. Again, dig your hands in here, find this connection, ribs come together. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now extend both of your legs out long. Top leg glides along, toe to knee, and return. You can have your top hand here down to help with your balance. There's a lot of work here from your center to really keep this positioning. Find that you're breathing, connecting. 3, 2, last one. Amazing. Okay, roll over onto your back. Pick up your weight, doesn't matter which one. Taking it and holding it in your hands, you're going to place it onto your pelvis. And then from there, activating from your core, feel your heels press in, lift, and lower. Finding this work here from a neutral spine and pelvis. So we're not articulating your spine. We're just adding this weight to make it a little bit more challenging. Think about the strong work from your core. Find your heels pressing down, glutes and hamstrings work as you lift and lower. Now the next time you are up, stay up there, take your weight, press and pull. Now as you do this, notice what's happening here with your ribs. We're trying not to flare them up to the ceiling. Think about staying long and connected. Lots of work from your abdominals. Keep thinking about your breath. 3 more. 2. Last one. And then hold it up, lowering down, lifting back up over your head. Keep breathing here. By now your glutes are probably really firing up, especially since we did that work already on your side. Notice where else you might want to be holding tension. Get rid of it. And just come back to your breath and your core as your constant. Last 2. And then sit yourself back down. Legs lengthen out, arms come up overhead. Next variation of your roll up, using the weight. Tuck your chin towards your chest, peeling yourself up. And then once you're up there, bring yourself around so that we can come do the sideline work here. So bottom leg is bent, top leg extends out straight. Stabilize underneath, knee underneath your shoulder, elbow underneath your shoulder. From there, core is engaged, arm extends up, leg extends, fold, and press. So imagine you're getting this long work through your body. You're creating a line from your fingertips to your toe tips, and then you're folding that line in the middle as you come in. Of course, everything happens with control. Exhale as you come in. Really feel that you're drawing your belly in and narrowing at your waist there as you fold. Get that extra little bit of work whenever it's available to you. Neck is long. 3 more. 2. Last one. And then hold that leg out. Arm comes down now by your side. Keep your leg up parallel to the floor. Lower and lift. So again, back to this internal external rotation of your shoulder here. Think about that. Think about how you are executing this movement. And check in if you're just letting the weight drop or if you're really involved and engaged in it happening. Find your breath. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one, then send it up overhead, lower down, and lift. Add the work with your foot, pointing, flexing. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. Think about the mobility of your feet. Our feet are so important in everyday activities. Walking, running, standing. So think about trying to keep them mobilized and always moving through them. Such a great job. You're doing so well. Let's do 3, 2. Last one. And then bring the weight down. Top leg comes down to the floor. Bottom leg comes back so that both of your thighs are in line. Everything is parallel to the front edge of the mat. Core engages as you come up into your side plank and lower. I want you to check in with yourself and see where you're feeling this. The idea is that you're actually getting it in your butt, glute med over here, kind of down by the side, not in your quad on that bottom leg. So try to think about where you can get your muscles to turn on, even when they're tired. Take this top arm up if you want to make it more challenging. And of course, stabilizing from your shoulder on the bottom. Keep finding that work. 3 more. 2. Now hold up on your last one. Thoracic rotation, twisting under and return. So this requires lots of work from underneath, right underneath here. There's your obliques again. Keep thinking about them working into this lateral flexion of your body. 3 more. 2. Last one. Amazing. Very good. Bring yourself down. Pick up your band and come onto your back. Take the band and place it around your foot. Now last time I did my right, so now this time I'm onto my left. Find that length down your leg, holding the band in one hand, same hand as on your foot. Take your hand behind to support your neck. Exhale, upper abdominal lift, pulling and return. Go back to that very foundational core work. Ribs come in, pelvic floor lifts, abdominals engage. Being mindful of the connection, your breath working. And if it gets challenging, that's okay. You can modify and get rid of the band, or just do the upper lift, or you can just breathe through it. Remind yourself that discomfort is okay, that you are strong, that you can do hard things. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then bring the band off, bring your feet down, both onto the floor. And we're gonna stay here to do a little bit of upper abdominal work. So take both of your hands behind to support your neck. Exhale, lifting up, lower down. So just take a few minutes here, really thinking about this strong work from your center. Keep thinking about pulling your ribs together. Notice what is happening behind you. Can you feel that your shoulder blades are starting to lift off, or are you just jamming your chin in towards your chest and pulling through your neck? On your next one, hold yourself up. Lift your legs up, bring your hands around, coming through your single leg extension. So again, still really finding your breath here. Work through your core from your center to execute this movement. Notice when your leg comes out straight, can you release across your hip flexor? When it comes in, use to give you that little bit of extra upper abdominal lift. Keep breathing. Being really aware of how it feels in your body. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then bring yourself down, have a little pause for a second. Holding on to your hamstrings again, send both of your legs up to the ceiling. Now bring yourself up into your upper abdominal lift, and you can take a flexed spine here, so you can imprint your spine to the mat if that feels better for you. Holding them up and then coming through your scissors. Exhale, lengthen your legs. Driving through lots of core work. Keep deepening. Not allowing it to turn off or get sloppy. Find your breath. Keep drawing in. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hugging in, coming down, have a pause, and then roll over onto your side. Bottom leg stays bent, top leg lengthens out. Again, find that you are lengthening out all the way along. So it's like you are being pulled right from your ischium straight down. Core is engaging, sweeping forward, pressing back. Find that you get to keep your pelvis in the exact same spot. So it's not moving forward or backwards. You are controlling from the connection of your pelvic floor and your deep center, keeping it exactly where it needs to be. Check out your ribs. Do they want to be flaring back and forth to counter the movement of your lower body? Keep them under control. Last 3, 2, last 1. Now bring both of your legs bent together. Bottom leg lifts up, core stays engaged, open and close. So moving through your clam here, imagine that you have your heels squeezing that piece of tissue paper together, and then it's like you're wrapping your thigh around and under. So there's a lot of work here into your glute med, external rotation. Of course, connecting from your deep center. Again, dig your hands in, get hands on with your body. Feel what's working, what's turning on. Don't be afraid to do any of that work and that checking. 3 more. 2. Last 1. Bringing both of your legs down, straightening them out. So get yourself really sorted out here. Abs are working. Hand can be here for your balance. Top leg glides along, toe to knee, pressing out straight. When you're bringing your toe towards your knee, you're actually coming through external rotation. So just like we had a second ago with your clam, feel that you are externally rotating through your leg. Find that work from your center. Keep breathing, being mindful, trying not to let yourself get distracted. 3 more. 2. Last 1. Amazing, well done. Okay, roll yourself over onto your stomach. Setting up now into your Sphinx to start. And I want you to rewire and think about the Sphinx to be as much of a workout for your triceps as for your thoracic spine. So it is thoracic extension, but think about getting your triceps to work. So hands are right about with your thumbs in line with your nose. Forehead down. On your inhale, coming up. Pull your palms down towards your shoulders. That gets your triceps activated. And then exhale. Core is involved as you lower down. So inhale to lift. This is going to allow you to open up your ribs and get a little bit deeper extension. Exhale to lower. It allows you to get that control and ensure you're not dumping it into your lower back. Feel your shoulder blades like they're trying to come together. This is really good for your posture, opens up your chest. Now the next time you're down, bring your hands back a little, and we're going to come up into your cobra, but through spinal extension. So same thing, inhale, bringing yourself up. Find that work now into your lower back a little deeper, and then exhale, bringing yourself down. Now I want you to find that you are using extension to do this and feel your arms working, your triceps again, not just that you are pressing your hands in. Now once you get up almost to the top, if you would like to press your hands in to get you a little bit more, and that feels okay in your body, then go for it. But try to initiate the movement through extension. Let's do one more here. then from there, bring yourself up like you're going to come into the start of a push-up. And then take your toes, tucking them underneath, and come into your high plank. So find your bodies lengthening out now in your high plank position. One leg lift, lower, lift, lower. Stabilizing from your shoulders, palms underneath your shoulders. Finding this strong core connection. Hamstring and glute work as your leg lifts. One more either side. And then bringing yourself down to your child's pose. You can take a wide stance and opening up. From there, bring yourself to your 4-point kneeling. Have one of your weights nearby. Bring yourself to your 4-point kneeling. Palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tucking your tailbone underneath, rounding through, drawing your belly up. And then inhaling, coming through extension, opening up your ribs. Go again, pick your belly up, tuck your tailbone under, round through your spine. Inhale, everything releases. Do one more set. Have this really glorious sense of mobility through your spine. And pressing your palms in. And then find your neutral spine. Pick up your weight in one hand. So I'm going to start with it in my right. Stabilizing from your center. Lifting up. Tricep work. Find your breath here. Feel the engagement, strong work from your core. Feel your ribs coming together. Keep breathing. Try to keep your pelvis in the same spot. That's 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it up. Press, press, press. So again, still continuing on with your tricep. Thinking about the work from your center. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now come around. You're going to be kneeling and find your other weight. From your kneeling position, get yourself really tall. Now you can also do this from seated or high kneeling, whatever feels better for you. But feel that you are really tall. Weights come on either side. Open and close. So a little bit of work here again for your shoulders. I want you to get really mindful of how this is happening in your body. So this is abduction and adduction at your shoulders. So therefore, it's just that your arm is coming away from the midline and coming back. Your shoulders aren't elevating, your arms aren't coming back here. Just check in, see what is happening. And go back to your core. Find the work from your center. 3, 2. Last one. Now hold them up. You're going to come pressing out, kind of at a bit of an angle, and then pull them back in. So I call this the elevated row, because normally we would row like this and would go a little bit downward, but now we're elevating up. Makes more work for your upper body and for your core. In particular, as we think about where your thoracic spine is involved, so that's where your ribs, with your ribs, and that breathing that we've talked about before. 3, 2. Last one. Now put the dumbbell down, or the weight down rather, of the side that you haven't done yet in 4-point kneeling. Bring yourself back to your 4-point kneeling. Palm underneath, knees underneath. Tricep work. Press open and closed. Think about lengthening through your spine. Pelvis doesn't move. crown of your head. It's like someone is pulling out of the crown of your head. And of course, find your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, press and press. So work happening on both sides here, obviously on the weight side because you're moving the weight, but on the stabilizing arm because you really are working to get that stability into your shoulder. Find your breath, stay in it with your mind, with your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Well done. Bring yourself around. Just come to a seated position here. And we're going to just open up through your shoulders. So bring your hands out to either side. And just feel as if you're trying to press your chest towards the ceiling. You can get some really nice curvature here in your lower back. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening up. And then come completely in the other direction. So I want you to scoop yourself forward. And then come back around, opening. And then one more time, scooping forward. And then from there, bring your feet and legs to one side. I'm starting with my feet to the left. Forearm comes down on the right. Folding over, lateral flexion. Coming across, other side. We have moved your spine in all directions today, and it feels so amazing. We've worked your upper body. We've connected with your breath. Flip your legs to the other side. So my feet are to the right, so coming down onto my left forearm. Folding across, pressing open, getting this really long sense from fingertips to my top butt cheek. And then unraveling, crossing over, exhale, breathe into it, deepen. Allow your spine to fold, decompress, open up. And then bring yourself to the center. Take a really nice deep breath in, bringing your arms up overhead and gliding them down where they land in front of you. Pause there. Remind yourself that you're really awesome. That you have done a great job today to be here doing this session. And that showing up is often the hardest part. And you did it. Well done. Thank you so much for choosing to be here with me. And I can't wait to get to do it with you again.